Is it the right time to buy the new 2026 BMW X6 xDrive40i in black sapphire metallic over black Sensafin interior? Well, that's what we're going to touch bases on and what we're getting with the updates that are probably going to be more so towards 28 than 27, which will be on the new Clear platform that is the same as the X5. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and I'm going to throw in some pros and cons while I'm comparing different vehicles to this, as well as giving the full specs on the exterior, the interior, taking it for a drive so you see the performance and the daily use all blended in. The X6 starts off with 8.3 inches of clearance, which is 0.2 inches less than the X5 variant. The M Sport Professional package adds the illuminated kidney grille. It's an active kidney grille shutter that integrates into the LED headlights and daytime runnings. The parking assist package, which gives us the active park distance control, park assist professional, and the 360-degree reverse camera. And housed underneath the hood shares the same powertrain as the X5. The only difference is this is the coupe version. So we got the 3.0 liter BMW twin power turbocharged inline-six cylinder producing 375 horsepower and 398 pound-feet of torque paired to an 8-speed Steptronic automatic transmission. Now, we did increase power a few years ago. Plus, we just got an LCI back in 2024, which would give me the first reason why I would actually consider getting the 26 variant, especially if I'm looking for the xDrive40i, because you're not going to be getting that Clear platform, which will change the configuration of the exterior. So it's going to look a little bit more dramatic, especially the kidney grille. It's going to be similar to the X5. The bumpers are going to be redone, as well as the headlamp assembly, because when you're going to that platform, it also gives us an iX6, which will be an all-electric variant. Now, there isn't anything confirmed for a plug-in variant, but we will be keeping the inline-six cylinder and the V8 engines. The upgraded 22-inch M dual spoke black wheels with the M Sport Package Pro, which gives us the extended shadowline trim, M shadowline lights, M Sport exhaust system, M Sport brakes with blue calipers. With one of the best-in-class dynamics, 22 mpgs for the city, 26 mpgs for the highway. xDrive is the all-wheel drive system, which will send 100% of power to the rear wheel when you need it, reaching 60 at 5.2 seconds, a top speed at 130 to 155 miles per hour, which is the same exact top speeds as the M60i variant, which is a twin turbo V8 with the S68 engine. And I talk about that a lot on the channel because the S68 is a M engine. So you're getting an M just detuned. It's not going to have all of the cooling components underneath the hood when you go into the M60 variant, but you're still getting the same torque at 553 pound-feet. So if you are looking to get something a little bit more special, because the 0 to 60 is about a second quicker, and that's according to BMW, you go that route. Now, going against competition, Mercedes is going to be slower, more expensive. Audi, it's going to be pricey, and this is going to be better weight distribution. Now, a con though is this is nearly 90 grand at the features that we have. At that price point, I would recommend looking at the M60i so you get the more performance, because when you're at this price point, I hate to say it, it's probably better you get it pre-owned or get less features. Now, another question that comes into play, should you option the X6 over the X5, because the MSRP is also going to be more money because of the coupe styling for the rear. It's going to look a little bit more aggressive. You're going to lose a little bit of cargo, which we'll explain here in just a second. But some of the features I would tick, like the climate control package, that's giving you quad climate control, heated rear seats, as well as ventilated front seats. Now, you can pick standard standalone features like your massage seats. So I appreciate that you don't have to just package it up. You could a la carte it, so it could be a little bit less money. Should you wait? Let me know which way you would go in the comments. Power trunk lid going into 27.4 cubic feet of storage, which is about 6.3 cubic feet less than the X5. This is cool because you could fold the privacy cover. You have a 12-volt charger. Underneath the floor gets a spare tire. And you get your bag holders here to maximize the cargo to 59.6 cubic feet. You have to come back here, fold these seats down at a 60-40 split to maximize that cargo capacity, which will be about 13 cubic feet less than the X5. But we need to go inside, start it up, so you can hear that exhaust note. The key fob to the X6 xDrive40i. 22-way power seat adjustment for the front, heated, ventilated. This also contours to your head, and they do that on the passenger side as well. Massage seats, which is a standalone package that you can add. I appreciate that. We get the wood inlays that come into play on the door card, and it carries on into the dash with the ambient lighting. It is going to be a driver focused setup for the screen configuration and the way the dashboard is, but you have plenty of space here. There isn't any pass-through with the Harman Kardon upgraded sound system because we have the premium package, which adds the Live Cockpit Pro. Let's fire it up. Heads-up display, a flat dashboard layout. We get the contrast stitch, auto-dimming rear view mirror with the home link, LED interior lights, a large panel moonroof that goes into the back seats, dual climate control settings, which you just click here and you can just tailor it however you like. Wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming Bluetooth audio, Amazon Alexa, YouTube, Spotify, and when we put it into reverse, we have the Park Assist package, which gives us this 360-degree reverse camera, plus the assistant view, as well as the 3D view. And you just click here and you can go all around or use the iDrive and do the same thing. When you go back here, the other thing about this is when you drive forward a certain amount of distance, it doesn't really matter how much, it's actually going to record how much you go forward. So when you put it into reverse, this is part of that package that you get, which you can actually start the recording, and when you back up, it'll go the same direction that you went, turning the steering wheel almost identical to the same spot that's part of that package. The air vents are going to be a little bit more hidden inside. You still get a physical button to turn on and off the sound system. Open up the wood, you get a wireless charger, USB 12-volt cup holders. You get the wood inlays here, the satin aluminum. This is going to be soft. It opens up into a medium-sized storage pocket. You get a USB port there, a leather-wrapped steering wheel with the M logo, multi-function with the paddle shifts. The gauge cluster, 12.3 informational display that can go through an array of different content for the driver, including your turn-by-turn navigation. You can also change the layout so it makes it pretty much the whole screen configuration or more sporty. You can do the same thing for the heads-up display, so you have a standard view, a directional view, sport view, reduced view. Check out the leg space that we have and the headroom. They do a good job carving everything out. Now the only con that I have up here is this plastic cover. You can lift it up and you can see all of the mechanisms for the power tilt telescoping steering wheel, which if this was like a leather piece that kind of velcroed, I just think it will look a little bit more sporty. Door card and dash configured together nicely. The contrast stitch goes behind the Harman Kardon, and then it looks like it comes into the dash. So they do a good job tailoring that. This is going to be lifted up, so it's pretty good grab handle. One touch up and down for all the windows, acoustic side windows as well as the front windscreen. It's going to be more sporty, a large storage pocket with the beverage holder carved out and a storage nook for the driver. And because we have the climate control package, this is heated, as well as the front seats, ventilated front seats. For the back seats, this is the opening that you have. The climate control package gives us the dual climate control in the rear, heated rear seats, cup holders, storage, and an armrest. You can lift this up, so that way you can fit 3 back here, storage behind both of the front seats with a USB connector behind both of the front seats, as well as a 12-volt down there, a storage tray, and the door card is going to be the same as the front, except it's going to be a little bit smaller, obviously, because of the coupe design, and it's going to be sporty. I like the grab handle lifted up, and about the same size storage pocket. Sitting behind me, the seats are carved out for you, so you have more than enough space. Headroom, and this is a coupe. I still have about 2 inches. Sliding into the center, leg space, I'm going to be sharing some of it, but not really that much for feet, butt, shoulder space because it's a wide vehicle. My knees, they're going to be sitting up in the air, so that's definitely a con. You could scoot them down, but by doing so, you're going to be sharing a little bit more space, and then it's going to be blocking the central ports. Headroom here in the center is going to be a little bit more compromised because the panel doesn't go back enough. So you have maybe an inch, but I feel BMW does a good job for the coupe design because look where it stops, right behind the headrest, and they still give a substantial amount of headroom for the rear occupants. 0 to 60 at 5.2 seconds, but the 50.6 49.4 weight distribution is really where it's at. That's freaking crazy. Let's see what we get. xDrive, which is the all-wheel drive. Dynamically speaking, it's really sound. You sit up quite a bit too, which I always appreciate. We're gonna stop right here so we can really see that 0 to 60. Let's go. And check this thing gripping. And the exit. Man, it's quick. Feels dynamic and athletic, all in one, and that's what you're getting when you go this route. You're getting a lot more performance and that everyday drive blended in. It's literally like a car lifted up, especially when you get this coupe design to it because it's not a box. I'm liking what I'm getting. Should you buy now or should you wait a couple years for the new Clear platform? And that's what we're going to discuss, starting off with the interior specs. This is all going to be changed. They're going to have a heads-up display, more or less, that's going to be configured from this side all the way to that side on the lower bit. So that's going to be more or less the infotainment screen design layout. Plus the exterior, I don't know how that kidney grille is going to come out because on the X5, I'm not so keen on the styling of it. It's very small and I get it. I mean, you have to do things to fit the platform, especially considering this is going to be more electrified. But in the same category, I like the dynamic look of BMW. I mean, let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. And also, don't forget to subscribe because it does help the channel. Click a like button and leave comments because all these things help with the algorithm so we can bring more performance vehicles to the channel. Sound deadening could be a little bit better. And in sport mode, you're already noticing it does not like to change gears. So just putting it into comfort will lower the tachometer. If you put it into Eco Pro, this is cool because it actually coaches you to get better MPGs and it will illustrate that right there on the gauge cluster. So therefore you will get a little bit better. 22-inch upgraded wheels. Does it change the ride? A little bit, yes. But it's not a significant difference. When you go into BMW, you already know that the suspension itself is going to be a little bit more rigid. Seat comfort is good, 22-way power seat adjustment as well as adjusting for the headrest. It's literally like a pillow cushion for the front. Massage seats, I would definitely tick the box to that. And yes, the GV80, which is right in front of us, that's the non-coupe. They have two different variants. That does somewhat compete with this, but pricing to that vehicle is literally in the $70,000 to near $80,000 price also. Now you're gonna get better features, and you can also, and it comes standard with a twin turbo engine, and you can also get the 48-volt mild hybrid system, which comes standard here, which was implemented just a couple years back, which did transform the vehicle, giving us that extra horsepower that we got. And that does take me to a con, the auto start stop. There's no longer a button here. You have to go through 3 different pages in order to turn it off. And also, it has the iconic sound there as well. So you'll click into the 4 dots, you'll click into driver settings. Right here is for the auto start stop, and here's for the iconic sounds to turn them off, where the exhaust note doesn't filter in through the cabin. Now you're gonna hear a little bit more road noise coming into play, especially with these upgraded wheels. There's really no way to go against that. Dynamically speaking, it's sound. It's one of the best in class, even when you go into a base variant. Interior space, you have plenty of it. Even though it's a coupe style, you still have headroom for the second row and plenty of cargo capacity. 7,200 pounds of towing, so it ticks the box there. Ambient lighting, BMW goes all over the dash, through here, through the door card, so it lights up everything. You can option where you'll get the lights here for the panel moonroof. But again, once you start optioning all these features, you may want to look at the M60i variant, because then you're getting 523 horsepower with 553 pound-feet of torque. It's a completely different animal because you're getting the S68 engine. Now, it's not a full M, but you got the same engine. Usually with BMW, I stick to a sport or comfort mode, but with the sport mode, I'm noticing it literally wants to go to 4 RPM all the time. So that's why I've been changing it back and forth into comfort, into sport, because I don't need to hit that high RPM. I'm already going fast enough, especially considering the speed limit's only 55 miles per hour. We're gonna slow down a little bit so you can see how it goes in and out of lanes. The steering is light, you literally barely touch it to turn over. Now that can be a con also, because you will not feel any imperfections, and when you got 22-inch wheels, the only way you'll indicate if you have a tire that's blown is on the gauge cluster. Would I buy now or next year? Probably. If I was looking for the X6 for BMW, I would go these next 2 years. With the clear platform, I'm not all gung-ho about it yet. Obviously, when we finally get our hands on it and bring it to the channel, I'll be able to give you the full details and the lowdown on it. But what you're getting here is a athletic style with luxury captured inside. And realistically, you got plenty of performance when you go into the xDrive40i. As for competition, Mercedes-Benz does a great job. The seats are going to be a little bit more comfortable. The interior itself is going to be a little bit more luxurious. This is a little bit more towards the sporty style with a tech-driven interior. The suspension on the Benz will be a little bit better. This is going to be a little bit more rigid, but I like the drive to BMW because you feel more engaged. Audi, I think they do a great job with their suspension. Interior is going to be about the same with the firmness of the seats. And I do like the Q8, but this is also going to be getting an update as well. So whenever you're looking at these cars, the next couple of years is going to go through a huge difference from the interior and exterior in tech. Turn radius at a stop point is about 2 lanes. Put it into sport mode. Let's rock and roll. And then throw it back into comfort, and it's a smooth ride whether you're hitting higher RPMs or not, because at a low note you'll have enough performance, and even going onto the interstate you're going to have no problem doing that. I would option the 26 or 27, but let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check this next video out right here.